Hi Fibernatics, this is Tori with Feathertail Fiber Arts, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my top tips on buying wool online. Most of us who've bought wool online can relate to the story of finding a fleece from the pictures. It looks awesome, you buy it, you're excited, you get the box, you open the box, and you realize that this fleece looks nothing like the pictures. It's full of VM, it's gross, it might have a broken staple, who knows. But buying wool online can be a terrifying experience. So I want to help you by giving you a couple of tips on things to look for so that you can avoid that kind of a situation. Here are my top 3 tips for buying raw fiber online. 1. The photos can tell you a lot. And here's the thing. If you see a seller who is putting up a fleece for sale, whether it's on their website, on Facebook, on Etsy, wherever it is, look at the picture. If it's terrible quality and you have a hard time seeing the fleece or anything about the fleece through the photos, I highly recommend that you move on and find something else. So the photos can really help you. If you see a seller who's taken the time to really make some really nice, bright, clean, clear photos out in natural light so that you can see exactly what you're buying, that's huge. Not just the quality of the photos, but also the number of photos. If you have a seller that takes one photo really close up of the best part of the fleece, that's also something that I would consider a red flag, even if it's an awesome seller and even if it's an awesome fleece. I really appreciate when sellers take the time to give you photos of not just the cut side of the fleece, but also the outside part of the fleece that usually has more dirt and VM in it. So once you have that, you can kind of get an idea of, is this going to be more VM than I want to handle? Is this going to be too dirty for me to clean? Do I want to deal with it? Or does it look really nice on both sides? So the other thing that I would definitely recommend is a picture of the staple length. That's something that's really helpful too, because I know a lot of sellers who actually try to sell a fleece without showing you how long the staple length is. And for a lot of us that are buying for specific projects or we like a certain style of fleece, that's really important information. So that is something that definitely is a huge plus, is if you can have a whole bunch of photos showing all the different parts of the fleece so that you're not making any guesses. Number 2. So this is something that it took me years to get to this point because I spent a lot of time on Facebook groups and reading reviews online about different wool sellers. Pay attention if you're in a spinning group or a fiber group on Facebook. If there's somebody's name that keeps coming up that everybody says, wow, I got this fleece from so-and-so and it was so awesome, check that person out, send them a message, go to their website, check out if they have an Etsy shop and see what they have. Because if you already know that somebody has at least one, if not multiple recommendations from other people in the fiber community that have had really good experiences with them, that's less of a risk than finding somebody that has no reviews and you don't know anything about how their customer service is. Those are all really important things to know. So if they've already got a recommendation from somebody else, chances are you'll have a better experience with them as well. Also with this, for your own sanity, stay away from eBay. Not to say you can't ever find a sweet deal on eBay, just don't. Just stay away from eBay. Okay, tip number 3. This one I think is one of the biggest ones. Ask questions. If you're talking to a seller online and they don't really want to answer any questions for you, if you say, hey, can you get me an extra photo of the staple length, or can you take a picture of the cut side of the fleece? First of all, don't be afraid to ask those questions because that's important. If you're going to be shelling out, who knows how much, $10, $20, $30, $40 a pound for this fleece, you want to make sure that the money you're spending is well spent. So don't be afraid to ask for extra pictures or more info or clearer pictures in natural light. That's something that's totally okay for you as the buyer to do. Now, the other side of this is if you have a seller that's being really difficult and doesn't want to help you, doesn't want to answer your questions, even if it's a great fleece and even if they're a really great seller, I highly recommend that you look for a different trusted source to buy your fleeces from, because typically somebody who's really grumpy and doesn't want to answer your questions at the beginning isn't going to help you if you had a bad experience and isn't going to offer you good customer service after the purchase of your fleece. So that's just something else to think about too. there you have it. Those are my top 3 tips for buying wool online. Go ahead and check out the description box for a link to my email list where our VIP customers get spoiled like crazy. You definitely want to be on that. Also, if you like this video and you want to stick around and see the future videos that I'm going to be doing all about fiber, please hit the subscribe button and we welcome you into the Fibernatics family. So this is the part of the video where I literally don't know how to end it. So I'm just going to be my typically awkward self and be like, thanks for listening, guys. Bye!